This is from John in social media, and there's also a related follow-up question just to let you know, Bishop.
Thank you, John.
Dear Bishop, I've seen a lot of headlines lately about assisted suicide. It can be difficult to explain why assisted suicide is wrong, especially to someone who isn't Catholic and may not understand our beliefs about the human dignity of life, redemptive suffering, or allowing God to determine the natural end of life. How can we better explain the Church's teaching on assisted suicide to others, and are there resources you would recommend?
And then why don't you just read that related question, and we'll plow through everything.
All right.
Thank you.
France has just approved legislation permitting euthanasia and physician-assisted suicide. What initiatives are currently being done by the Pro-Life Committee of the USCCB to address this issue in our country? Also, Bishop Marc Allet, I think, stated that Catholic legislators who voted for it would not be able to receive communion. What would that decision be based on? And he's a bishop in France. He told his legislatures that if they voted. Yep.
So my sincere thanks, and I really appreciate this question because, John, this is an ever more pressing question that we are dealing with, and it's a grave question that touches, of course, on the question of respect for life, and you appropriately list a number of those realities, so kudos to you. It's tragically spreading. Of course, just north of us, assisted suicide has been rapidly accepted in Canada, even among Catholics. More than 100,000 Canadians have died by assisted suicide or euthanasia. Now, you might remember years ago, this was tagged differently as, quote, mercy killing. Mm-hmm. Now they don't even call it mercy killing. Pat, what do they call it?
Medical assistance in dying, MAID.
There you go, MAID. And so this medical assistance, and it's all, it's kind of like health care for abortion. It's all these nice terms that are just trying to cover up the horrible reality of taking human life. So now legal in 13 states, John, and in the District of Columbia. We have to ask, how far behind are we from Canada in such widespread acceptance? So some of our elderly, sick, or dying persons with disabilities may feel that they have no purpose, they are a burden to others, they may feel alone and alienated, that they've lost control over their lives, that they don't matter anymore, that no one cares, or that they've lost hope. And some family caregivers may also feel a sense of abandonment. But we have to work against all of that, proclaiming the value of their lives, the goodness that they have, the value, as you say well, of suffering, and that that suicide is not an easy answer to their fear, pain, or feelings of abandonment. So assisted suicide continues to spread, and I would suggest that you can go to our USCCB website and see the documents and the resources that we have in that regard. And I think, a parish-based level, a parish response is very important, which can be practical, emotional, material, spiritual, and sacramental support that can be life-changing for those in despair. So it can't be, a heavy response. It has to be this pastoral response that's one-on-one from our parishes. And I would hope that those in our parishes are already doing just that for those who are in the throes of considering such an act. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.